Hi guys, it's Uzo Korea here and you're welcome back to my channel. If you just bumped into this channel, you are welcome. If you've been here, I am sorry for the long break, but yeah, you are welcome once again. We have come to the end of another amazing year, 2022. I mean, it's like few days to the end, and if you're watching this, I want to say kudos. You've been strong. I know for so many people, they may not have achieved the goals they set out to achieve at the beginning of the year. It is okay, as long as you have life, there is still hope. Above all, we need to be grateful. As long as you're healthy, you're alive, you're strong, come on, give thanks to God, because you know you can still achieve those goals. I mean, the race is not for the swift, it is, it is God that shows mercy to us all. So don't be don't be cast down, all right? Don't be depressed whatsoever. Don't feel bad. So personally, I did not achieve all the goals, I wrote down at the beginning of this year. But one thing is for sure, I know I'm going to achieve those goals because I'm alive, I am healthy, so I know, and God is with me. For me, He's not against me. So I believe, by His mercies, by His grace, that I'm going to crush those goals. So the attitude we should imbibe this period is the attitude of praise and thanksgiving, not depression. Remember, the joy of the Lord is your strength. All right. So guys, in this video, I want to talk about a retreat center I found out in Abuja. So basically, the people that will really benefit from this video will be Abuja residents. Okay. So usually at the end of every year, it is advised that you go for a personal retreat. There are retreats like couple retreats, vacation retreats where you just go to chill, couple retreats where you and your spouse goes to, bond again and all that, family retreats, corporate retreats, for companies, family retreats for families, and personal retreats for you personally, without disturbance. So what I'm going to be focusing on, or what I'm going to be talking about in this video, is personal retreat. Emphasis on personal, especially personal prayer retreats. Basically, the emphasis of this video is to talk about the retreat center I found. It's a prayer retreat center. All right, so you cannot go there as an organization or as a family. Most family, couple, and other retreats that are not prayer retreats, there are lots of activities, like dancing, singing, you know what I'm talking about. So but this retreat center is basically for prayer. All right, so you can go as a group, or as a prayer group, a Bible study group, a church group, whatsoever, as long as your sole aim is to go there and pray and reflect. All right, or you can go personally, like I did. I went there personally for my end of year personal prayer retreat. Usually, to be totally honest, in this video, I have never gone for a prayer retreat before. I mean, I have. The first time I went for a prayer retreat, it wasn't a personal one, it was a group prayer retreat, and that was way back, I think, like 2013, 2014 ish. Then I was still back home in Port Harcourt. So, and I went with the youth, some of the youth members in my church then. So aside that, and that was in Enugu. Enugu is home for so many prayer retreat centers. We have the Ohum Monastery. We have so many other prayer mountains in Enugu, you know, that are that welcome people year in year out, month in month out, to just come and pray and seek the face of the Lord. So that was in Enugu, and that was way back. But since then, I haven't gone for any retreat. So telling you now, it's not something I used to do. All right. So I had a prompting in my spirit. Of course, you get to that stage in your life, especially as a matured Christian or as a Christian maturing, trying to learn the ways of God, that you actually need time away from the noise. All right, away from the city noise, away from family. Now, for families or for husband and wife or spouses, going away personally, I don't know, may be a bit of a challenge. But for me, I don't have any child I'm catering for. I don't have any husband I'm catering for yet. So I can afford to wake up one day and say, I'm going, on a personal prayer retreat. But our advice is something you should do, even if you're married or you with children, because I found out this prayer retreat from a woman, a lady, and funny enough, she's married. So then in her video, she was like, she put the kids away. I think she took the kids to her mother's place, and told her husband she was going for a retreat. But I don't think she went personally. I think she went with a group of her church members or something, and it was for 3 days. So I understand if you're married, you have lots of responsibilities, go still make out time, even if it's for 3 days, even if it's for 2 days. Okay, a retreat must not be so long. For me, I went for 5 days. All right, like I said, I do not have anybody I'm catering for, anybody in a critical condition that requires my attention, thank God. All right, so I can afford this time. And let me encourage my fellow single ladies. This is the time where you can actually do all these things without hindrance. Okay, so this season, while we wait on the Lord, for our spouse, you should also use it to find yourself. Okay, to seek the face of God, to be self-aware spiritually, to increase your personal development. All right, so, or your personal growth, or however you want to put it. So you should not just be idle this time, because a time will come where you will not have time to go for all these retreats, or to even spend time alone. It can be that difficult to carve out that time to spend alone as a mother and as a wife. But for you as a single lady, as a single man, that do not have any responsibilities, you don't have any immediate family around you, that that if you leave and there's an emergency, they really do not need your help, you should take out time to have a personal retreat, a personal prayer retreat. All right, or a retreat that you also need to involve prayer and fasting, not just a retreat where you go to have fun, or to just be alone. You tell people, I just want to be alone. What are you being? You're being alone, fine, which is good, but what are you doing? So if it's a vacation, a personal vacation, I can understand that. But what I'm emphasizing on is, once in a while, you should take out time to go for a personal prayer retreat. Emphasis on prayer. All right. Why do we go on these prayer retreats? Okay, so I learned how to go on retreats, or I learned, since this is my first time as a developing Christian, from my pastor. He really emphasized on going on a personal retreat to seek the face of God in your next level, for your next season. And you will agree with me that we are about to enter the next season. 2023 is the next season. All right, whether we like it or not, 2022 is already gone. and we are entering the next phase of our lives. So for so many people, it will be a redefining moment, positively or negatively, depending on how, you know, how you want to see it. Okay, for me, I choose to make it a positive redefining moment in my life. So my pastor emphasized on it. Where you go, you seek the face of God through prayer and fasting. You ask God what the next level of your life is. You know, you ask Him for direction, you ask Him for guidance. Also, is a time where you need to sit back, away from the distraction, away from the noise, and think about the year, you know, in retrospect. Like, how far have I come? What have I achieved? What would I like to achieve? Or what did I not achieve? Why didn't I achieve what I achieved? And you know, what challenges did I face? How can you be a better person, or how can I be a better person in the coming years? So there are areas of your life you need to look inwards. Okay, your relationship area, your financial area, your career area, your spiritual area, all right, your, should I say, social area. So I think there are 7 areas or so: wealth, career, relationship, family, social, and I think nation building or so. So you need to look at all these areas and, you know, find out what you did right, what you did not do right, and, you know, where you like to improve on. And you write out or you strategize. Okay, the Bible says that, who if you want to build a house, I'm just going to put the verse. If you want to build a house, nobody that wants to build a house will sit down and not count the cost. You need to sit down and count the cost. Okay, so for your next level, you need to sit down and ask yourself all these deep questions. And not forgetting, you need to also be resolute on the places or the things, on the areas you want to also make improvements on. All right, so that is basically a summary of what of what a retreat is, of, or what you should do in a personal retreat, all right, in a personal prayer retreat. So for my to get into the meat, that was just a brief introduction. Sorry guys, I'm having cold, so I'm going to be sniffing a lot. I mean, it's the Hamatan period. The weather is so dry. I'm sure you know, especially for those living in the north. Yeah, God is our strength. So I'm gonna be sniffing a lot. So please, pardon me for that. All right. So I have my notes here, and I'm going to also be putting pictures, or rather videos, of this retreat center I found out. So I didn't find out I didn't know of this place. So when the need came for me to go for this retreat, I went online on Google and I searched Abuja prayer retreat centers. All right, and so many places came up, but the places I was seeing, rather, they didn't have a very good direction, and there was no clear inquiry desk. I searched Abuja prayer retreat centers because I'm based in Abuja here, so of course I won't want to travel to Enugu, because the only place I know, all right, like I told you earlier on, was Enugu, all right, where you have retreat centers that you can lodge. Emphasis on lodge, because I was going to stay for 5 days, so of course I needed somewhere to sleep in the night. So some places came out here in Abuja, but there was no clear direction until I stumbled on this lady's video on YouTube. I cannot remember her name, but I just screen grabbed the place where, you know, she talked about, and she didn't talk about it in full details, but the little she shared, I went online and I saw some reviews and I saw some pictures, and I felt really comfortable. And it was, you know, outskirts of Abuja, but not too far. But If you're an Abuja resident, you should know Gwagwalada. Sorry, this video is going to be a bit long because I'm going to talk about it in detail. And yeah, just so you get a clear idea of how this prayer retreat center is. Okay, so let's go into it. So thank you. God, I'm going to look for her name again. I'm going to look for her name and give her the credit because um, I don't think this would have been possible without her. I'm sure she doesn't know this. She doesn't know me. And yeah, I went to this place because of the little video I saw that she made. Okay, so I'm going to search for her again and I'm going to tag her in this below this video. I'm going to also put her description. So thank you so much, for sharing that video. So in this video, I'm going to elaborate more on this prayer retreat center. So for people in Abuja who want to take out time, especially the end of this year, to go for a personal prayer retreat, this center I can say is your best bet. Okay, it's your best bet. I don't, maybe there are better centers, I do not know, but I spent 5 days in this center and I can tell you, to God be the glory, it was okay. Now there's something I want to say before I go further. I am not getting paid to promote this place. I am not getting paid whatsoever. I mean, they do not even know I'm making this video, about the place, the center. So please, this video, it is not for profit whatsoever. Okay, it is not a promotion. I mean, how it's not a promotion? It's not a hotel, so they won't pay me to promote it. I mean, it's a place where you go to pray, so God in his infinite mercy will promote the place, for them, and which he is, in his faithfulness. They are getting booked day in, day out. So this is not a promotion whatsoever. I am not getting paid to do this video. I just want to help people who want to take out this time alone to seek the face of God for their next level. So now, some people, also, secondly, some people, when they hear, if they want to go for a prayer retreat, most times, because they do not know where to go. I mean, a lot of people do not know that there are prayer retreats in their cities, okay? Just like in Abuja here, also, we have a lot of prayer mountains because of the hilly, nature. But prayer mountains are not necessarily retreats, camps or centers, because you can't really lodge there. So at most you can go there for 2 days prayer, with a group, and pray and come back. Okay, but if you want somewhere where you really have to sit down, take notes, listen to Christian messages, listen to audios that will help uplift your spirit, praise, worship God, then you actually need a quiet retreat camp, a quiet retreat center for that. All right, so if you're going to a hotel, all fine and good, but just make sure the hotel doesn't defeat the aim of why you're going there. Remember, you're also going there not just to take note of the year in retrospect. You're also going there to pray, especially if you want to involve prayer in your retreat. So a hotel may not necessarily be the place where you want to go, because for starters, you cannot tell a hotel to tone down their music, especially if it's a hotel in the night. This festive period, most hotels are booked for parties and the rest. So you can be in your room by 10 and the next thing you start hearing music outside. That has totally defeated the aim. Okay, so that one, it's what you're praying, you're listening to music. No, it is not. You cannot seek the face of God that way. All right, so know the hotel. Some people also go to resorts. There are some resorts that are also really quiet, and what's the name of this resort now? Is it Zuma Resorts in Abuja? Although it's expensive, so not everybody may be able to go there, but also that environment looks really conducive. But they still have times where people book it for celebrations, birthday celebrations, and children get together. So if your retreat falls in the time where all these programs are taking place. Come on. Then I don't know. So let's get right into um the meat for the day. Okay, so number one, location. Where is this prayer retreat center I'm talking about located? It's located along Gwagwalada Kwali Road. Now, it is very correct on the map, and the name of this retreat center is Alone with God Prayer Camp. Alone with God Prayer Camp. All right. I used the Google map to locate it, and when I went there with a cab. I took a straight cab. So it's after the airport, after University of Abuja, just immediately after University of Abuja. I think 15 minutes or 10 minutes there, about just at the boundary of Gwagwalada and Kwali, just as if you're entering Kwali, is just by the roadside. All right, like I said, it is very correct on Google Map. I located the place with Google Map. Okay, because I was calling the lady there, and on the road she was not hearing me well, and I was like, whoa, let me just use Google Map. If we enter anywhere, we enter anywhere. So yeah, it is very correct. I was really happy that it is very correct on the Google Map. So Alone with God Prayer Camp, um just put it on the Google Map and it will take you there directly. That's it for location. um Number two, the pricing. All right, the pricing is very, very, very affordable. Okay, so like I said, you can go as a group or you can go personally. It all depends on you. um they have a hostel, although I didn't make a video of the hostel because I did not stay in the hostel, and it would be weird just going to the hostel to take a video, so I didn't want to invade people's privacy like that. So the hostel, a bed space, is just like a typical boarding hostel with bunks, on top, one bunk, two bunk, this thing, yeah. So a bed space there goes for 800 naira. 800 naira per night. Okay, they also have a single room. I'm going to put the picture. This is the video of the single room. The single room goes for 2.5, I think. Yeah, 2.5. This was where I stayed, and it's per person. So even if you're going there as let me say two ladies, you and your sister, you have to get the double room. The double room goes for 3,000. All right, so they have a hostel, a single room, a double room. A single room comes with a toilet and the room with a chair and table, as you can see. And the double room, I didn't go there because I was going alone. So the double room admits two people, and we also have the suits. I think that goes for, I think, 5,000 or 7,000. I think somewhere in this video I'm going to put the what's it called now, the price list. I think I took a video of that. So the for families, especially a husband and a wife, if you're going a husband and a wife alone without your children, I think you can use the double room. If you're going as a husband and wife, you need to show proof of that you're married. Sorry, I'm gonna take a sip of water. Sorry. Going as a husband and wife, you need to show proof of certificate that you're married. So either your certificate or your wedding picture, and your wedding picture, you have to be recognizable, because remember, it's a prayer retreat center, so it's not a hotel that you just go there to do a vacation. I mean, you can't even go there to do a vacation with your wife or your husband, because it's a basic accommodation. It's not a bad accommodation, but it's not luxury. Okay, you're going there. I mean, they made that place that your sole aim is actually to go and pray. After pray, you find somewhere, you sleep, you wake up, pray, think about your life, think about everything. So it's not luxury, but the environment is very beautiful, is big, as you can see in the video. Okay, I'm going to be putting video clips of what I could manage to take. So They also have, if you're coming with your children, they also have a suit for you. Also, I think that's 7,000, but I'm going to put the price list. So that being said, for pricing, it is very affordable. Also for feeding, okay, you have to book because, like I said earlier on, it is not a hotel, so they don't do a la carte or what is it called now, buffet. Okay, so you go to the kitchen and the lady, very nice lady and very nice young girl, they will tell you what they have for the day or what the raw materials, right, they have. Okay, so let's say you're a family of 5, you have to go there in the morning and book that you want to eat this. Now I don't know, so a plate of food costs 500 naira. A plate of food costs 500 naira, and believe me, it's actually filling, although it's not something luxury, but I mean it's filling. So for me, since I went personally, I had to book under people that came in groups because there were lots of groups there. So I just said, I mean, I cannot go and start asking for bread and egg. They won't even, they don't even have it. So they will tell you, is it rice, either rice or eba, and the soup they intend to cook for the day. So you book, you pay, and they include your own portion. All right. So this is just to avoid wastage. Remember, it's not a hotel, so it's just to avoid wastage of cooking and keeping. What if people don't eat? Because the truth is, most people go there fasting. For me, I actually went there fasting, but I was breaking in the evening, so they can't make food. So most people break in the evening, most people break their fast by 12 noon, most people break by 3. So you will be it will be unwise for them to just make food and keep. At the end of the day, believe me, it's gonna go to waste because not everybody there will eat. So you can also go with let's say biscuits, maybe to eat later on in your room, although there's a talk shop, there's a mini talk shop there. But if people are so much in the camp, the mini talk shop, it gets, things get sold out there easily because people break at different times, people break their fast at different times. Believe me, this experience was not just spiritual, it also opened my eyes, to a lot of things. So people break their fast at different times, so things get exhausted. So in fact, the lady at the talk shop, she opens, if she opens in the morning, sometimes she has to close in the afternoon to go and restock and come back in the evening. Okay, so yeah, you have to book for your food, and a plate costs 500 naira, which is pretty affordable. Emphasis, it is not luxury, but it is okay. So I mean, for the 5 days, there was eba and oha soup, eba and egusi. There was even lui lui or akpu, as some people call it. There was rice and stew. There was rice, beans and stew, and yeah. For me, I just said anything, when I went there that particular day, anything you have, just give me, I'm gonna eat. So yeah. All right, so that is out of the way. Things to pack, okay? Now, after packing the necessities like your Bible, your jotter, your pen, and your other praying materials or what have you, there are also a few things you need to include in your backpack, and I'm going to make mention of them. Number one, you need to carry a blanket or a sweater and a socks. Okay, now blanket is basically for people going with their family, with their children. If you're going on a prayer retreat with your children, which, yeah, when I was there were children there. There were lots of children there. Some people came with, their family. In the night, I mean, children need to use blanket because of the cold. So because we're in this Harmattan season, and as you can see in the videos I'm putting up, the place is full of trees. So in the night, it usually gets cold. Okay, so even in your room, you will feel cold. All right, it usually gets cold in the night. So if you want to pray outside in the night, you will see a lot of people praying outside. You too, you just go to one corner. It's not that people are clustered praying, no. Okay, this is the retreat center where you can shout to God, you can just pour out your whole heart. nobody is looking at you in a sinful way, nobody is judging you, okay, because we all have problems that we came with that only God can solve, if we're being honest. And that place is a place where you just go, you pour out your heart to God, you cry. You know, the only thing people can say is, oh, my sister, my brother, may God answer your prayers. All right. I'm getting very emotional because, yeah, that's it. Oh God. um yeah, that's it, that's the only thing. So you can actually um yeah, really really pour out your heart there. Sorry, pardon me, I'm a crybaby. Most people do not know. Okay, so carry your sweater or your blanket and your socks because it gets really cold at night. Secondly, carry a power bank for extra power, because when I went there, the area had the transformer had issues, so the light there was, in fact, there was no light, no AEDs, no normal power supply. Okay, so there was no power supply, you know, from the transformer, from the general transformer. So the camp, they had a gen that powers, you know, the whole place, but they put on this gen from 7 to 10. And you will agree with me, for people in Nigeria watching this video, this period there's been a lot of fuel scarcity, so they have to ration the it's very understandable, you know. Like I said, I'm going to keep on hammering it. It is not a hotel, so you don't expect so much. I mean, what they're even charging for accommodation is very little, because they just want to make sure people come, get, you know, filled, and, you know, just get in tuned with God and go back wholeheartedly. Okay, so they put on their gen by 7 to 10. So within that period, you need to power your phone, because I mean, I was powering my phone because I was using it for prayers, for meditations, and for to listen to the audios I downloaded to listen to. So you need to power your phone, power your charger, your power bank, and also your electrical lamp. Also, you can go with a socket, an extra what no, not socket, extension. Okay, because in the room that I stayed, they had just one socket working. So, and I didn't go with an extension. So I'm making this video for the things I noticed, and just to make you prepared, for people that want to go there, to make you prepared, to empower you with the right information and the right tools. All right, so carry an extra an extension, carry a power bank for power, you know, during the day while you're listening to your audios or doing whatever. And yeah, so that's it for power. Also carry a rechargeable lantern in case you want to pray or study outside in the night. Now this place is so beautiful that they have a prayer hut. Okay, they have different prayer huts, so you can go there. Each prayer hut comes with a chair and a table. Also they have a big general room, or rather a hall, a big general hall filled with chairs and tables. So you can go to any of those prayer huts. If they're empty, go there, pray, go there, study, and, you know, do what you have to do. And you can also pray and study under the trees. There are no snakes there because I think it's well fumigated. And this period of this season, I mean, it's not rainy season, it's really dry, so you hardly see reptiles. But I'm sure they've taken precautions for all that, because I didn't see anything out of the ordinary, any insect or this thing out of the ordinary. So many people, some of the reviews I saw on Google when I was searching, I was, you know, making more inquiries on this center. So many people said there were mosquitoes there. It's understandable because it's basically nature, you know, it's a natural place. But to be honest, when I went there, like I said, this Harmattan period, I don't know whether it's because it's the Harmattan period, the mosquitoes were not so much. In fact, during the day, I went with my Odomos cream, okay, mosquito repellent cream, but I didn't even use it because there was no need. In the afternoon, the mosquito was not biting me, even unless in the night. But I didn't really go out so well in the night to pray. Okay, my room was okay. Since I had a single room, it was okay for me. So, but you can carry an insecticide. And also, I closed my door. If I was going out, I closed my door. Okay, there's no denying. Yes, depending on the season you go, mosquitoes may be more, mosquitoes may be less. So you can carry an insecticide or carry a mosquito repellent cream or spray. Okay, I also think they fumigate the area because like I said, I didn't see any extraordinary insect or reptile. Okay, the place, it's clean, it's very clean. They have people picking up dirt and just cleaning the place, raking the place in the mornings. For the ladies, go with comfortable and decent clothing. Okay, no off shoulder, no sleeveless. Personally, I wore bubu throughout my stay because I just wanted to be comfortable. So I didn't go with any, I didn't even go with a top. I didn't go with a trouser, to be honest. I think I went with one palazzo to wear when I was coming back. But I didn't go with jeans. I didn't go with these skinny leggings. No, I wanted to be as comfortable as possible. So I went with bubu, those free flowing gowns and kaftans. I went with those kind of clothing. So no off shoulder, no sleeveless. And to be honest, even the people that came, the other people that were in the camp before me, and even people that kept on coming in, there was no indecently dressed person. So you have to keep that in mind. Remember, this is emphasis on a prayer retreat camp. So it is not a place to go and do fashion. Even I went with my wig. To be honest, I didn't even wear I didn't even wear my wig. I just went with, I removed my wig because the weather is hot. And if you're gonna be going outside, there's no AC also in the rooms. It's just fans. And like I said, there was a power outage. So you need to be comfortable. To be honest, you need to be comfortable. So you need to make yourself comfortable. Go with free flowing clothes that air can go pass through. Just make your hair, I'm not saying look dirty or whatsoever. No, I'm sure you understand what I'm saying. Be comfortable and be decent. That's just all what I'm saying. Okay, so okay, I also wrote here, although I've talked about feeding, depending on your pattern of fast, you may need to carry your own supplies. Now, for people that, some people usually break their fast in the night, like 9 p.m. By then, the kitchen would have closed. Of course, the lady there is a woman being. She needs to go and rest and recuperate for the next day. So you can carry your own supply. There's no fridge in the room. Oh. So when I'm saying carry your own supplies, I'm not saying you should carry what's it called? Pawpaw, pineapple, Now, there are some people that do Daniel fast. Daniel fast, most times you break with fruits. For perishable fruits, I don't think in this camp you can bring perishable fruits because they will spoil depending on the time you want to stay, depending on the time you want to stay. If you want to stay for like 5 days, just like I stayed, you can't carry perishable fruits. They will spoil because there's no fridge in the room. Okay, so I need to put this video is long, but I need to say all these things because I'm sure it will help. Even if it's one person that it will help, I'm satisfied. I know that I did a good job in giving you all the details. All right, so if you're doing a Daniel fast, I don't think this will be the best place for you for your Daniel fast because you usually break with fruits. If I Please correct me if I'm wrong. I don't know whether Daniel fast, I think they usually break with fruit. But whatever fast you're doing, even if it's not a Daniel fast, some people still do normal fast, but they break it with fruits. Whichever one. This place you cannot carry fruits that cannot stay or that cannot last more than I think a week, more than 5 days, more than 3 days. Some fruits, in fact, you cannot last more than, like, bananas and stuff. So know the kind of, depending on the time you want to stay, know the kind of fruits you carry. If you must break with fruits, just know the kind of fruits you carry. I know oranges, they usually have a long lifespan. Watermelon, if you open it, I don't think so, it doesn't again. Apples usually have a long lifespan. Strawberries also. but the rest, I mean, at your own discretion. All right, so yeah. For me, I carried biscuits, and I carried I think I carried extra water from the house, because like I said, the talk shop is usually open, but there are times where the lady has to go back into town, restock, and come back, like I said earlier on. So water, especially if you're going with your children, you need to carry water, and all this really biscuits and the rest, just to keep them interested. All right, so I've talked about the financial implications. um the land here is massive, as you can see from the video, and you have different prayer huts. I've talked about that, which is very cool. I've talked about the food. I'm just going through my notes to make sure I'm not missing anything, okay? So bear with me. Okay, so generally it's a very quiet place. Security, now this is security. um the neighborhood there, like I said, is outskirts of town. So just after Gwagwalada, they're just sharing the boundary with Gwagwalada and Kwali. In fact, I think you enter Kwali a little bit, and it's just by your right. So it's a very quiet neighborhood, so no loud music. Okay, so even if you're coming there as a prayer group and you need to use speakers and the rest, I mean, you have to be considerate, because if you're even talking, your people will hear you, so you necessarily do not even need a mic. Okay, because the place is so the hut where you stay is just, it's not like you're going with your whole church. Now prayer groups usually 10, 15, 20, even if it's 50, they can hear you there loud and clear without a mic, trust me. So yeah. um so it's also secured, although they do not have I didn't see any armed security men, but the truth is God will definitely protect his own. Okay, I believe in that so much. Some people, you may say, oh, they are not armed security, so I'm not going to go there. I don't know what you believe in, but if you believe in the God I serve, the God who is able to preserve. Now, it's not this is not foolishness. I'm not saying, that's why I'm always of the opinion, I personally do not like going to mountains, the mountains that are in open bushes, especially now in these times in the north here. But this is a place that is enclosed. Come on. Even the people, if you yourself, you want to come and steal there, what do you want to even come and steal? What do you want to come and steal? Like I said, it's not a luxury hotel. There are no hotels in that area, sef. I didn't see any hotel. So what do you want to come and steal? Is it television? There's no television there. Is it fan? There are old fans there. What do you want to come? Is it the trees you want to come and carry? Is it the table and chairs? So let's think about this thing. Or his people. The God will protect his own people. Okay, he won't allow us to be shamed. So it's pretty secure. There's also a neighboring village in that area, so it's really quiet. It's really quiet. For transportation, yeah, it's best if it's really advisable to go with your own car, because for me, when I was going there, I do not have a car yet. Still trusting God for a car. Yeah, so I went there with a cab, one of my cab men that I usually use to run around inside town. I went there with him, and but when I was coming out, because it was on a Sunday, I left there on a Sunday morning, so I don't know whether he will be in church, and it will even be cost. It will be very expensive to call him to come and pick me and bring me back. I'll have to pay double, because it's going to be coming empty from town and taking me back, and I don't have such luxury. So if you have a car, it's a very good one. You can go there and come out with your car. But if you don't, you can still go there. I didn't have a car and I still went there. Now coming back, what I did, so the place, you have to use a bike to come out to the main junction. Okay, so I used a bike from the gate down to the main junction, and from the junction I crossed over coming into town, and I just saw a taxis usually ply that road. So a taxi was going into town. He stopped me where I was gonna get another cab directly into the main Abuja city. So it's very easy. Like I said, this is great. This is very easy for people that do not have any responsibilities, for single people like me. So you can, just easily wing it, all right, compared to people that actually have to go with their children. If you have to go with your children and you don't have any car, that means you have to make provisions for a vehicle that will have to come and pick you, all right, because like I said, most people that also come there to pray and to, just to be together, with the word of God and all that, they usually come with their own bus. So it may be full and they need to go back together. So it's not like you can join them or something. So make arrangements for that. Okay, like I said, the area is correct on Google Map. So I guess I've covered everything. I guess I've covered everything. I guess so. If you have any questions, please don't feel free. You can drop it in the comment section. I have to stop this video here, but by God's grace, I think I've covered everything. But notwithstanding, I'm also going to put some prayer, the prayer messages you can also use if you're going for your retreat. I'm going to put some prayer messages, the links to some prayer messages you can use. I also said I was going to put what's it called now, the lady that I first saw this place from, and what else, if I remember some other things, I'm going to put them in the description. Okay, I'm also going to put the number of the person that you call to make inquiries or to book for your, she will tell you whether the room you want is available or not, because believe me, this season is going to be packed, because people are coming for their retreats. People are just coming to seek the face of God and cry out to God and pray earnestly. So I'll put the number that you can reach easily, and she'll tell you the next step. Like I said, this video, it's not for profit. It's just to encourage people to go for a prayer retreat, especially this season that we're about to enter. We need to trust God. We need to trust in his leading. We need to ask for his directions, to just help us get the next step of our life right. Enough of winging it. You've been winging it from God knows when till now. Enough of winging it. If God is by your side, believe me, Abraham prospered in recession. Isaac prospered in a strange land that the Philistines had to tell him, go away from us. Your God has favored you so much, even more than us. All right, God is able to prosper you even in the midst of a recession. So many people, recession is not a new thing, okay? So many people, it has happened before, it will happen. Okay, so there's nothing new under the sun. Everything that is happening now currently has happened before. Okay, so, and people, there is always a way out. We also saw that in the Bible, that it's people that trusted in God, people that put all their trust in God, that succeeded. Okay, so you can succeed. I want you to have that at the back of your mind, that you can succeed even in a what's it called, a recession. You can succeed, COVID or no COVID. Okay, because there's always a way out with God. All right, so I believe as you do your prayer retreat, God will answer you speedily. He will tell you your next level. He will show you the things that are to come. And yeah, if you enjoyed this video, please like, subscribe, and if possible, you can also share it to others you think may also benefit from this. Uzo Korea is the name. Thank you so much for joining. Thank you for staying this long. Even myself, I'm tired. I'm tired. It's very long, but I just had to say it all. I didn't want to break it into two. I need to run, guys. So thank you so much. And I'm also going to put my email. If you have any questions, you can also send me an email there and ask, and I will respond to you the best way I can. Thank you so much. Thanks for joining. Bye for now.